Hi everybody. So I wanted to show you my hair after the application of the henna. This is just the follow-up, part 3. I waited 3 hours and 15 minutes and this is the color that I got, which is spot on. It was perfect timing, perfect portions of both the henna and the indigo mixed together with the lemon and the water and a little bit of salt. It's shown in stages, which if you're interested, there are parts 1 and parts 2. I'm sorry. I have part 1 and part 2 already filmed and on my channel if you wanted to catch up with those if you're interested in using henna. So I am ready to start my day. So this is my texture. I wanted to show you my texture of how my hair, I had said that my hair has, you know, some waves and some curls, and immediately after I rinse out the henna, which I do in the tub, but you want to use some sort of a catch basin type thing. I have a ring that goes around my tub stopper, and that prevents any lemon seeds or excessive hair from going down into the drain. So this is the texture of my hair. It has that wave and that little bit of a curl to it, and you can see it underneath. For the most part, some of it gets really kinky and it's not quite that tight today, but it feels soft and thick. And the one thing I wanted to mention to you is that when you have applied your henna and then rinsed it off, your hair, the hair shaft has opened itself up to receive the dye, and so it all kind of needs to close back in on the hair strand itself. So it's got like little, it's hard to describe, it kind of looks like a kind of like an artichoke, where how the leaves, you know, could potentially stick outward, but they're just kind of folded up. So the henna attaches into the hair shaft, and so your hair is going to have a bit of a fluffier or maybe a little bit more coarser feel for the first couple of days until your hair relaxes and the hair shaft settles back down and becomes, you know, more strong, which is one of the benefits of henna, is that it makes your hair so much stronger and healthier. So all of those good plant benefits are seeping into your hair shaft, and it just takes a couple of days until it starts to relax. So right now mine is typically very fluffy anyway, but it is a little bit more fluffy with less of the curl. So all I did was rinse it out. I haven't conditioned, I haven't styled. I just wanted to show you fresh from, I mean, if you can see where I had, you know, had all those gray roots, they are now beautifully brown. The other key point I wanted to make is that it does darken over a period of 3 to 5 days. So however dark you have it, when you first rinse it out, it will deepen over the next couple of days, and it also deepens with heat application. If I was to take hot rollers or a straightening iron and style my hair, or even blow dry, if I had finished rinsing and then started to blow dry it, that would deepen and enrich the color brown, the darkness, the depth of the tone that I have of my mixture. So, and I have done that on occasion when I've rinsed it and thought, ooh, I kind of could see a little bit of a highlight that I wanted to go deeper, and so I have used immediately a hairdryer. I started blow drying my hair, and it does work. I've also used a straightener on it right away, and that works too, because sometimes the roots are stubborn and they look great the first day, and then the gray, you know, it gives it a different tone, and it's not quite as dark the next day or the day after. This this was great, and I hope that this really sticks. This came out it's perfect. And you know, when you have used it enough, you get to know your hair, the personality of your hair, the personality of the henna, and you work with that, and you make your own strategy. So you should come up with perfect color and perfect hair pretty much every time. Sometimes a little tweaking needs to happen, but you know, that's just how it is. I don't feel the need at this point to have to do anything to darken or deepen the tone that I have. And so I'm going to just start my day. I will shampoo it tomorrow, and then at that point, when I get out, I do my regular hair care, which I'm going to do a whole other video for you on that. how to, you know, style or how to maintain longer hair over 50, because obviously we're dealing with different texture. We don't have that beautiful corn silk hair. Well, maybe some of you do. I do not have that beautiful corn silky hair of a younger person. So I've learned to work with my own hair, especially with the texture that it has with the curls and waves, or, you know, whatever. Sometimes when you're rinsing out the henna, it can feel drying and coarse as you're running your hands through it. You want to be gentle with your hair. You don't want to tug it and pull, and, you know, you want to just let the water run over it. Now, I do this in my tub, not a shower. I don't want it pouring all down me. I did do it in the shower once. It was no big deal, but I just do it in the tub. I just lean over in a sink, in a tub, rinse it all out, and just know that, you know, you're going to feel, I mean, it feels like there's something in your hair. And then even now, there still feels like that bit of a residue, which is what I was talking to you about. There's not really a residue. Not all of that rinses out until I shampoo. I do feel a little bit of the indigo still in there. The henna rinses out, but the indigo can kind of linger. And so that I feel in my hair, and I will see it across my hands. I'll find it on my fingernails. It will just kind of, actually I can see it now just from kind of playing. So when I shampoo, when I give the first shampoo, that comes out, that removes that. And it's not taking away from the dye. It doesn't. Your dye is already set in, so don't be afraid when you see all that bluish green color if you use the indigo rinsing out of your hair after you shampoo. Don't panic. It's not removing the dye from your hair. That is simply the leftovers, the lingering excess of the plant dye. That was one thing I had to get used to too, because I thought, oh my gosh, I just undid everything I did, but that's not true. It's, your color is still there. I will do another video for my hair type, and probably many of you can relate. Even if it's not curly, you might have that, you know, the gray hair texture, so that you have to contend with softening that a little bit. The one thing I want to say though is embrace your hair. If you're coloring it over top of the gray and you have a bit of a, you know, whatever you want to call it, rougher feel, or, you know, wiry feel, or whatever you feel, just go with it. It's your hair. It's beautiful. Even if it's gray and you don't color it and you have that texture, ladies, we need to be happy with who we are and where we're at, and I try to do things as naturally as possible. So I'm not going to fret over my hair texture. I'm going to call it body and vivacious. Alright, everybody have a great day, and thanks for watching this series. I hope you learned something from it. Please post questions below at any point during the 3 segments, and I will be happy to answer them as much as I possibly can. You know, you can also go to the mahandi.com, which is the supplier that I use for my indigo and henna. They have a wealth of information on their website, and they're also... Neo's barking. Time to go. He's yelling at me. Time to go. Okay, I will see you guys next time. Thanks again for joining me.